Division, factors, and multiples. 7 times 4 equals 28. This equation provides the answer 28 to the multiplication question, what is the product of 7 and 4? What are the two inverse questions that can be asked and answered based on the above multiplication fact? Which mathematical operation is the inverse of multiplication? Discuss. Division is the inverse of multiplication. There are two division questions that come from this multiplication. This one provides the answer 7 to the question, what is 28 divided by 4? This one provides the answer 4 to the question, what is 28 divided by 7? A division question is if I break something into pieces of equal size, what will be the size of each piece? For instance, 15 divided by 3 asks, if I divide 15 into 3 pieces, what will be the size of each piece? The answer is 5, since 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals 15. 3 equal pieces of 5 will add to equal 15. Later in this course, we will explore division and its relation to fractions and rational numbers. For this unit, we will only be addressing the cases when a number can be divided into one or more equal-sized pieces with nothing left over. In that case, the first number is evenly divided by the second number. The first number is then said to be divisible by the second number. The number being divided is the dividend. The number it is divided by is the divisor, and the result of the division is the quotient. Recall that when multiplying two numbers, if they have the same sign, the answer is positive. So if they're both positive, the answer will be positive. If they're both negative, the answer will also be positive. However, if they have different signs, a positive number multiplied by a negative number, you get a negative answer. The same rules apply in division. If the dividend and divisor have the same sign, the quotient is positive. If they have different signs, the quotient is negative. Put the following question into the form of a solved equation. 5 children evenly divide 10 apples. How many does each get? In that solved equation, what is the dividend, what is the divisor, and what is the quotient? We are dividing up 10 apples, so that is the dividend. We are dividing them between 5 children, so that is the divisor. And that means that each child gets 2 apples, which is the quotient. Put the following question into the form of a solved equation. What is 32 divided by 4? The dividend, the number being divided, is 32. The divisor is 4. 32 divided by 4 is 8, the quotient. A factor of a number divides evenly into that number. For example, 6 divided by 2 is 3. This shows that both 2 and 3 are factors of 6. And that's because they each evenly divide into 6. Both the divisor and quotient of a division equation are factors of the dividend. Similarly, each of these, right here and here, are factors of 6, since they each divide evenly into 6. Negative 6, so 6 divided by negative 6 is negative 1. So negative 6 and negative 1 are both factors, negative 3 and negative 2, 1 and 6, 2 and 3. The numbers in blue are factors of 6, since they can be multiplied with another factor to get 6. The multiples of a number are its products when multiplied by other numbers. For example, from 2 times 3 equals 6, we can see that 6 is a multiple of 2, since 2 times 3 is 6. 6 is also a multiple of 3, since 3 times 2 is 6. So multiples of 2 include -6, -4, -2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on, while multiples of 3 include -9, -6, -3, 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so on. Every number has an infinite number of multiples. There is no smallest or largest multiple of a number. Every number has an infinite number of multiples, but a finite number of factors. With the exception of 0, the absolute value of any multiple of a number will never be less than the absolute value of the number itself. For example, multiples of 4 include 8, 12, 16, and so on, including the negative ones, but let's just stick with the positive ones for now. So the absolute value of any multiple of a number, so let's say the absolute value of 12, is never less than the absolute value of the number itself. So 12 is not less than 4. And the absolute value of any factor will never be greater than the absolute value of the number itself. So if we stick with 4, we can say that 2 is a factor of 4, and the absolute value of 2 is not greater than the absolute value of 4. So factors are, the absolute value of a factor is less than the absolute value of the number, whereas multiples, the absolute value is larger than the number itself.